Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another live session here with Uni Razak, University Tun Abdul Razak. Tonight, we're going to have a very interesting session. It will be about 1 hour. But first of all, I would like to thank all of you, all the participants who are spending your evening with us. Thank you for taking your time with us with our live webinar session. Our webinar today is about the Masters of Business Administration program in collaboration with ESCP Business School. This webinar will take about an hour, so we really hope that you, the participants, take the time, listen, join in the conversation. If you have any questions, there's a chat box for you to ask the question. So before we get the session started, let's watch a quick Unirazak video. All right. Our corporate video was quite an interesting video for you. If all of you are watching that, you can see that we have, our students, we have our staff, and those are all not models. Those are real people from Uni Razak. All right, and you can see we have someone here together with me. We have Mr. Ashraf. Hey, Mr. Ashraf.
Hello, hi Tara.
Hi. All right. So let me just introduce Mr. Ashraf to all of our viewers here today. All right. So Mr. Ashraf, his name is Mr. Muhammad Ashraf Shamsuddin. He's the director for Uniraza at the Sales and Marketing Department here. And Mr. Ashraf would spend the next hour or so, sharing with you about the MBA program here at Uniraza in collaboration with ESP Business School. So, and a reminder to all of you participants, if you have any question, please feel free to ask question at the chat box below. We'll definitely get back to you with those questions, answers to those questions. So, Mr. Ashraf, the floor is yours now.
Hello. Hi. Okay, thanks Tara. Okay, hello everyone. Assalamualaikum and good evening. Thank you for joining us for today's session. So I will, make sure that it will be a quick one. So if let's say anyone have questions, please write it on the comment sections on the below. So I will try to answer your questions, after the presentations. All right. So I think without further ado, maybe we can, start our presentation. So for today's, sessions, we will share with our viewers, with our potential students that this is a new programs that we just launched this year, whereas we are collaborating with ESCP Business Schools. Yeah. ESCP's Business School is one of the oldest business school in the world at the moment, and then this is a very unique collaborations where we provide 4 certifications. Okay, so let's start with the presentations. Okay, so let me share with you the backgrounds of the Uniraza itself. All right, so for Uniraza, this our universities we established since 1991 from the ITA. Okay, and then back in 1997, UNITA was established, and 2006, UNITA and ITA merged together. Okay, and then by 2010, we rebranded our university's name from UNITA to Uniraza. So Uniraza stands for University to Abdul Razak, taken from our previous prime minister's name. Yeah, and back in 2018, Uniraza was acquired by Yayasan Pelaburan Bumi Putra, who also owns Permodalan Nasional Berhad (PNB). All right, so since 20 years, 25 years back, we already since we started our programs, we already have almost 24,000 alumni students who graduated from Uniraza, and we at the moment we offering almost up to 40 programs from foundations up to PhD, and our current population now for students population is 2,500. Okay, and we have 50 academic members, and the awards that we receive. Okay, so this is the awards and recognitions that we receive from various bodies. Okay, and the latest one we just received a star of 5 star from Ministry of Higher Education. Okay, in emerging university groups, and then these are the collaborators and partners that we are collaborating now. So the main collaborators, we have our CPA Australia for our accounting programs. We have our a Chartered Management Institute from UK, and then for local partners we have CTIM, Chartered Tax Institute of Malaysia, Chartered Insurance Institutes, and then for our industrial partner, we are also collaborating with KPMG and also PwC. Yeah. So on top of that, we're also collaborating with IFIMS, which is Islamic Banking Associations. All right. And for research, especially for postgraduates, I'm sure you are looking for this, which is we also awarded Myra 4 star for our rating. Okay, and then for ESCP, okay, so these are our partners. ESCP is the one, as I mentioned previously, is one of the oldest business school in the world. Okay, so ESCP located in Paris, France. Okay, so basically they have another 6 campus around the world. Okay, so they have one in Berlin, London, Madrid, Paris, Turin and Warsaw, and then they have 145 academic alliances, and then multi-accredited by various bodies in Europe nations, and then they also offer various programs from executive programs, bachelor's degree programs, and also master programs. All right, and then these are the awards that been awarded to ESCP. Yeah? So for their master in management, they are ranked 7 in worldwide, and then for their executive MBA, number 6, executive education number 12, and master in finance number 2. So these are the awards that they've been received for the past few years. All right. So in terms of rankings, as mentioned before, number 7 and 19 in Europe. All right. So straightforward for our MBA in collaboration with ESCP Business School. All right. So for our programs, okay, this is a full-time programs, which is we will offer 4 semesters. All right. So how it works is that students will study 3 semesters with ESCP. And then the final semester, students will go through the final 2 papers with Uniraza. All right. So these programs is a fully online. All right. So you don't need to attend physically at the campus, or you don't need to go to Spain itself. All right. So the business school that we are collaborating is in Spain. All right. So they have 3 intakes, which is in spring, fall, and winter. All right. So for the let's say for the next intake, which is on fall. All right. So students will start their class in mid of September. All right. So students will be taking 4 subjects. These all 4 subjects will be teach by ESCP lecturers. All right. So we have a lots of experts in Europe from various countries that is teaching for ESCP MBA programs. All right. So after you complete a 1 semester, okay, each students will receive the diploma certificates, which is we provide 3 diplomas on top of our MBA certifications, which is for fall diploma in advanced management, and then after you complete the fall semesters, you will start your class on winter for next January, which is you will complete 4 subjects, and then after that you will complete on April, and then following semesters will be on April, end of April, and your exams will be on July. All right, and then after you complete 3 semesters with ESCP, and then you will do final semester with Uniraza. All right. Okay. So what will you receive if, let's say, you join these programs? So students will receive 12 digital badges from Uniraza. Okay. So because of each programs that uh, teach by ESCP, each module, each subjects that you completed, we will award you with the digital badge. All right. Which is this is micro credential programs, and then 3 graduate level diplomas, which is the diploma in organizations, diploma in advanced management, and diploma in financial management. All right, and then after that, you are required to complete final semester in Raza, and we will award you with the Uniraza MBA programs. All right. So these are the samples of the MBA certificates that we will award to students. All right. And then these are the certificates that student will receive after completing every semesters of your 4 modules. All right. So ESCP will award this. Okay. All right. In terms of accreditations, maybe some students wonder that is these programs recognized by the official bodies in Malaysia. So yes, these programs we receive the full accreditations from MQA, Malaysian Qualification Agency. All right, so back in 2006. So and as for your information, Uniraza also have been awarded the status of open university. So meaning that we can offer full online programs to students. Okay, so why do you want to choose Uniraza? So good news is that Uniraza is one of the top universities that been leading for the online programs. Whereas recently we just received awards from Ministry of Higher Education, where we providing the best e-learning platforms for students. Okay, so and then other than that, we also you know um, receive the best entrepreneur universities back in 2015, and then for our Stara, in terms of quality, in terms of teaching and learning, we also have what we call it our best educators in Kuala Lumpur, and then in terms of supporting supports staff for students who are doing online, we will provide you the assistance in 24 hours. All right. So for these programs, the entry requirements. So for those who are interested to join these programs, all right. So of course, you are required to have a degree, bachelor's degree, which is MQA or MQF level 6. All right, with the minimum CGPA of 2.75. All right, and then if let's say you don't achieve at least minimum 2.75, 7.5. All right, so at least we will request a CV or any proof that you have a minimum of 2 years working experience in relevant field, which is in for this programs. Okay, maybe if let's say you have any um, experience in business um, industry, and then if let's say you are in management, or you have your own business, for example. All right, and then if let's say you don't achieve at least 2.5, which is your CGPA is below than 2.5, then we will request at least 5 years working experience in relevant field. All right, and then all applications are required to attain either one of the following English language requirements, which is, all right, so because of these programs, all right, will be taught by ESCP in Madrid. So another requirement on top of the first degree, you are required to have minimum band 6. All right, and then in IELTS or any other equivalent English competency, which is you can choose for TOEFL. But for Uniraza, we will provide lingua skill programs for students. Okay, so all right. Next one. So the tuition fees. Okay, so for the tuition fees, since this is a fully online program, all right, the actual fees, the total fees is actually 45,000. But since we celebrating the collaboration with ESCP, so we will give rebate up to 21,000 ringgit. So which is the total fee is just 24,000, including your exam fee, registration fee, your insurance, your admin fees, everything included. So don't need to pay extra. 24,000 is all in fees. All right. Okay, so how to apply? All right, so you just need to upload all your documents. All right, so we will provide you the link below. So just go to core.uniraza.edu.my. All right, so you just submit all your applications, your details and everything. Then after that, we will process your applications within 3 working days. All right, and then after that, if let's say your applications is approved, then we will submit to ESCP in Madrid, so that they will review your applications. One day also they approve your application, then we will issue the offer letter to you. All right. Okay. So for the registrations, we will close the applications by 30th August. All right, because we will require at least 1 week for the process, and then after that, student will start your class in mid of September. All right. So since these programs is an online programs, fully online programs, all right, as mentioned, we just won our awards as the best e-learning platforms. So what systems are we using in Uniraza? All right, so in Raza, we are using Canvas LMS, which is Canvas Learning Management System, the same system that top Ivy Leagues universities in United States using it, like Harvard and Oxford's in UK, and then all the top universities also using the same systems. But in Raza, we take this Canvas LMS programs and we rebrand it into UROX. So UROX stands for Uniraza Online Experience. Okay, and then so for UROX, so this is the dashboards layout. So every students who sign up for our MBA programs, you will be given your login ID. All right. So every classes, all the activities will be conducted inside our UROX programs. So in ESCP also, they are using the same system, Canvas LMS. All right. So how it works, students, each students will be assigned each semesters. You can view what subjects, what modules that been assigned to you. Okay, and then you can see what is the what subjects you will be taking, and then what is the learning outcome, what you will learn throughout your studies for the whole semesters. And then in terms of activities, you can see that, okay, for the week one, for your activity, your classes, so what is the activities, what is the lecture notes, everything will be provided inside the systems. All right, and then for the discussions, you can do live discussions with your lecturers, and then if let's say you want one-to-one sessions with your lecturers, you can make an appointment as well through the system. Okay, and then if let's say you want to if let's say you miss your classes or you want to download and to study again and again, so we also provides a recorded lectures, for every classes conducted throughout the semesters. Okay, and then for quizzes, activities also will be here. And the best part about the systems is that this Urox, you can download it into your handphones, your tablets, or anything. So it's very flexible. If let's say you are on the move, you can join the classes on trains or maybe on bus or while you are traveling. So it's very convenient. We receive a lots of good and great feedbacks from students, whereas they are very happy to use the system. And it's very easy, really, what we call it. Friendly user for students. So even though those who are not in tech savvy types of persons, it's very convenient, it's very easy for you to use. All right. So okay. For the intakes. All right. So the next intake will be on fall terms. So the class commencement will start on 15th of September, and then your final exam will be on December. Okay. So this the I know it's a very short time. Okay. So we have another like what less than a month for students to sign up, and then as mentioned, the applications will close on 30th September, and your class will start on 15th of September. The orientations will start 3 or 4 days before your class commencement. Okay, all right. So how to apply? Again, just now I mentioned core.unirazak.edu.my. All right. And then if let's say you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Okay. So now we will open the Q&A sessions for students or any viewers who want to know more about the programs. So back to you, Tara.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much, Mr. Ashraf. Welcome, everyone. So I think that your sharing just now was quite interesting. There's so many interesting aspects that we can really talk about. Like the learning system, UROX. This is something that a lot of students around the world, like what you said, the Ivy Leagues, they even use the same system, and at Uniraza, we are also applying that system. So I'm sure the learning experience will be amazing. Let's go through the questions right now. So we actually have a few questions. The first question here is by Jacinta Sivamutu, and she
Mhm,
says, I have been working in an administrative position, customer service line in the education industry for almost 10 years. Can
mhm.
I apply for MBA with Appel C? So she doesn't give us much information, but this is the question.
Mhm.
Can she apply for MBA with Appel C?
Yes. Okay. All right. I understand. All right. So as we know, MQA, Malaysian Quality Assurance, also provides. They will allow APLC for those working adults who have experience in related field. All right. So in Razak, we also one of the provider who can, that has been awarded by the Ministry of Education, where we can conduct our internal appel for students, especially for working adults. So in Razak, we have our appel A for admissions, and then we have appel C for exemptions of the certain modules. All right. So okay, thank you for your question. It's a good question, Jacinta. So basically, in Razak, yes, we allow appel C programs for students. However, for ESCP programs, because this is a collaboration programs between Razak and ESCP, so students won't allow to take appel C because of in order for you to get the certifications from ESCP. So each student is required to fulfill all 12 subjects that has been provided by ESCP. However, if let's say you are interested to get this, to go for the appel C, you can take our own in-house programs, which is our MBA programs. Then you can apply up to 4 subjects. Okay, so for APLC, how it works, you just submit your applications, you register with us, and then throughout your studies, we will conduct the APLC process. So as uh, the what we call it, the requirements by the MQA. So the maximum subjects that students can get, if let's say they manage to apply for all subjects, so which is up to 30%. In this case, for MBA programs, students can apply to up to 4 subjects. Okay, so we have the list of the 4 subjects that is allowable for students to apply. All right, so if let's say you manage to get maximum 4 subjects for the MBA program, so you just need to do 9 subjects out of 13. Okay, but yeah, I hope it answers your questions, which is ESCP won't allow for the UPLC programs. All right, so yep, thank you.
Okay, all right. So the next question, I think Mr. Ashraf has answered it, but I think maybe you could just explain to that about that question again. Can by Muhammad Shafiq, can I know the fees?
Okay, so for the fees, I think maybe admin you can present the slides back. All right. So okay. So for the total fees is actually 45,000. All right. So this 45,000 is included what your MBA and 3 diplomas. But then for 2022, we are giving rebate for students to celebrate our collaboration with ESCP. So the total fees is just 24,000 for the whole duration of your study. Okay, so for this 24,000, it includes all your exam fees, insurance, semester fees, and then your tuition fees, and also your graduations. All right. So all in, the total fee is just 24,000. So in terms of financial aid, yes, I think I forgot to mention about the financial aid that we provide in Raza. So for these ESCP programs, usually for students, you can pay, you can use what we call it EPF withdrawal. All right, so since governments allow for EPF withdrawals for education, so you can apply for the EPF withdrawal using your second account number 2. So and then other than that, we also provides other sponsorships that need, but of course these sponsorships basically only applicable for what we call it uh, Bumiputra students under Mara. Yeah, thank you.
Can unmute, please. Hello.
How long is for each semesters? All right. For okay, so for each semesters, the durations is just 4 months. All right. So you will be studying for each modules around 36 hours, 36 learning hours. Okay. So these 36 learning hours will comprise it into for 13 weeks of study, and then the 14 weeks is the final exam. All right, so equivalency of 2.5 3 months of study, and then half months 2 weeks for the examinations. So each semesters it will take you 4 months, and then we will have 2 weeks break, and then after that you will continue for the following semester. Okay, and then in between the semesters we will have 1 week break. All right, so all in you are required to complete at least 36 hours teaching time. So these 36 hours of learning times is actually included lectures, and then your activities, and also your tutorial. Yeah.
Hello. Boleh unmute kan?
Yes, we can hear you, Tara.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great. So there's one more question, but I think you've answered the question. It's talking about from Mr. Shafiq also asking about
Mm-hmm.
the fees, or how do you pay the fees? Is it by loan? So I think just now you explained a little bit. I'm not sure
Yes.
whether they require anything more, more detailed explanation.
Okay. So Another options, if let's say you are self-sponsored students, you want to pay on your own, so we will provide a monthly installment plan for students. All right, so just contact us and we will provide you the details on the monthly installment payment. All right, so usually we will break down into monthly payments, which is in this case students will go through 16 months. So the 24,000 we will divide it into 16 months of study.
Right, that's great. That's great.
Mhm.
Let's see whether there's any more question. So far, I don't see any more question. Any more question?
Is it the
Okay.
scholarship can be applied for working adults and what are the requirements? All right. So, okay, for these programs, we can assist students for the scholarships. However, the approval is based on what we call it, the provider, the scholarship provider. All right. So, we we have what we call it, few sponsorships that available for students, which is the first one is from Mara. Okay, so these are the sponsorships that are available for working adults, especially. So the requirement is that you must have your degree at least GPA 3.0. All right, and then the age limits is cannot be exceeds more than 40 years old. And then the third requirement, you don't you your status with Mara is cleared. Never been blacklisted by Mara. So if let's say you have any previous loans that haven't been paid to Mara, then you need to clear it. And then another requirements is that for working adults, usually for those who are your monthly income cannot be more than 10,000. Yeah.
Okay, great. I don't see any more question, but maybe I could ask a question for our viewers. Um, can you explain to our viewers what would be like the learning experience? You know, how many hours a week do you think they need to get online and participate in class?
Okay, so for our MBA online programs, the class will conduct every weekends, every Saturday. So the class usually will start at 8:30 until 5. All right. So I'm sure another question, since these programs, will be taught by ESCP. So how is the time zone, time difference? All right. So since these programs, this is a special collaboration. All right. So ESCP will teach us based on our time zones. So if let's say our class will start at 8:30 Malaysian time, and yes, the class will be conducted from 8:30. So usually lah, safe to say it's 9 to 5 lah for every Saturday. So the class, you don't need to worry. The class will be conducted only on weekends, so it won't disturbs your weekdays. If let's say you're working adults, and then we totally understand. You're quite packed with your working schedule and everything. So yeah, it's just that maybe some of you maybe you are required to work during weekends and everything, but you don't need to worry because of this is we have the recorded lecture. So if let's say you miss one classes, you can always watch your lectures the next day on Sunday. And then another requirements in terms of experience. Okay, so far I think um, just this is a very straightforward opinions lah. Before the pandemics, I think most of us have a skeptical opinions towards the online programs. So maybe that we think that, I don't think so. This is very efficient. I prefer physical classes where I can meet my lecturers physically, so I can see, I can watch. I can ask any questions I want directly to students. But since the pandemic, I think students already comfortable, and This is based on the true stories, whereas our previous students who join our conventional classes, which is physical classes, during the pandemics when we conducted our classes through our Eurocs, through Google Meets, and then after a while they feel that, you know what, this is a very convenient, because of sometimes I required to travel outstations, and then maybe my company send me for trainings in overseas. But since this is an online program, so it's very flexible, I can attend anywhere I want, and then I can watch the recorded videos again and again. So if let's say there's a certain parts that whereas I don't understand, let's say for financial, especially for finance subjects, so I can watch it again and again. And then the best part is that if let's say during the recorded videos, so you can choose and select which parts that you don't understand in the recorded videos, and then you can send it to your lecturers. I don't understand on this part, so maybe you can highlight it to me, and can we arrange a special appointment with me, so that you can teach me direct one-to-one sessions. So these are the advantages for students who are taking these ESCP programs, because of you will experience not a local lectures, but the various professors, experts, industrial experts from Europe. So we will share the lecturer's profile. Um, you, if you require it. So we have a few lecturers from Spain, from UK, and then from Germany. So these lecturers are selected based on their expertise from each module and each what we call it, e-subjects. All right. So in terms of so the same lecturers also who are teaching the MBA and Master in Management programs in Madrid itself. So I think it's a blast in terms of experience when student feels like, you know what, I I can I can attend international classes, kind of environments where my lecturers is in UK and Spain, but still I can attend their classes, and I can ask them directly about the programs, the modules, and everything. So it's extra knowledge, whereas these experts will give you their point of view based on the current situation since the pandemics, what happened in Europe, so how the economic growth. Then you can use the experience to implement it for your businesses or for your current jobs. So it's a good program. So that's why we think that these programs is very good for students who wants to explore more, and not just focusing on the Asians perspective, but also you want to know more on the Europeans perspective on how to come out, and how to recovering from the pandemics that we faced for the last 2 years. So this is a really good experience, and if you want to meet the lecturers before you sign up, yes, we will arrange another sessions with ESCP. So ESCP will join us and give and provide a few more details to students for those who are interested to sign up for these programs. So we are planning to conduct a special sessions with ESCP on 30th, or maybe 31st of August.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Natasha. Actually, we have a few couple more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with question number 6. Mr. Shamimi Isman asked, "Is there any other intake than this semester intake, or maybe it's like
Yes,
the next semester?"
we have another intake on January. Okay, so
Hmm.
if let's say you won't be able to join for this September intake, then no worries. The next intake will be on January, which is in ESCP in Spain. They call it a winter intake. All right, and then after that, it will be on spring, which is on April. So for winter intake, the class will start on second week of January, and then your examinations will be on March, and then after that you will have 2 weeks break, and then you will join back for April, which is spring intake. So
Mm,
for this winter, the applications will be closed by mid of December. So the last day to apply for these programs for the winter intake will be on 15th of December.
right. Okay.
Yep.
That's very, that's good. That's very clear.
hmm
And then there's another question. This is related to accreditation. Is the MBA accredited by MQA?
Yes. Admin, maybe you can share the slides again so that we can show to our viewers. All right. So in terms of accreditation, okay, so don't need to worry about the accreditations because of these are the certificates of accreditations from the Malaysian Qualification Agency to Unirazak for our MBA programs. So we received this accreditation since 2006. All right, and we maintain it until now. So for both of our MBA conventional and MBA ODL programs, we receive full accreditations from MQA. So you don't need to worry about it. So after you complete the programs and you will be awarded by our MBA, so you can apply to any universities in the world who that if let's say you want to pursue your PhD. So some of our students who after they complete our MBA programs, they got the admissions to top universities in European. So yes, our programs are recognized. So you can always go to MQA websites. You just search MQR, all right, and then you can type our universities, Uniraza, and then our MBA programs. Then it will show you the accreditation number. So the registration number, you just put this code A5872 inside the MQR website, or you can scan this QR code on top of the certifications, then it will show you the certifications, digital certifications for you to for your reference.
All right. All right. And we have another question from
hmm
Mr. Shafiq again. And he asked,
hmm
I think he's referring to the scholarship by Mara. Is it a full scholarship or is it a partial scholarship?
our previous students they received the full scholarship from Mara. Okay, so which is Mara will cover full tuition fees. So if let's say for this programs, for this particular program, the total fees is 24,000, then Mara will cover 24,000. But this is not scholarships, which is this is a sponsorship. All right. It's a convertible loan, which is after you complete these programs, if let's say you achieve certain CGPAs, you just need to pay back only 15% from the total fee. So yes, this is a convertible loan, not a scholarships. Yeah, to be clear, this is a sponsorships convertible loan. All right. So if let's say you pass the subject, there's a table where it shows that the payback schemes for sponsorship students. So if let's say you don't achieve 3.0 and above, you just maybe you are required to pay 25%, and then below then 2.5, then you need to pay back 35%. So this is the convertible loans.
Mhm. All right. So, Mr. Muhammad Shafiq, I hope that you were listening to the answer that Mr. Ashraf was
hmm
sharing. Remember that this is not a scholarship, yeah. This is a
hmm
convertible loan. So it
hmm
ranges from anywhere from 15% up to 25 to
hmm
or percent or so, depending
hmm
on your final result and completion of the course, right, Mr.
Yep.
Ashraf? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah. So we also have two more questions so far. And the question is by Muhammad Yassin. What concentrations are there in the MBA program?
Okay. All right. So admin, can you show the slides again? All right. So for our MBA programs, for our internal, we offering a few measurings for students. All right. But for ESCP programs, this is the general MBA programs where we focus on few areas, which is in management, in financial management. So in each subjects, you can see that for organizations management, we also embed a few modules which is on leaderships, all right, and then in human resource, and then after that you will go to the advanced management, whereas you will cover on the international business developments and then international project management, and all right, okay, and then after that we will go on the financial sides, which is you will learn on the accounting subjects, and then big data and business analytics, financial management, and managerial economics. All right, so after you complete these 12 modules, then you will do the final two papers with Uniraza, which is research methodology module and final project paper. So it's a very general one. We don't really focus on certain measurings, because of our another internal MBA without the ESCP. I mean, without the ESCP, which is just a Unirazak programs. Actually, we do provide our a few measurings for students, which is we have our project management, majoring in project management, which whereas students are required to complete three modules for each majorings, and then we have our majoring in business, finance, and then we have our international business, and a few others. We have 10 majorings at the moment that we can offer to students. So if let's say you want to know more about the majorings for our other programs aside from the ESCP, okay, so you can always go to our website, www.uniraza.edu.my. You can take a look on the MBA sections, whereas we provide all the details, what subjects that you will be taking for each majoring that we provide to students. But for these ESCP programs, these are the major areas that we cover for students.
Mm.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ashraf. That's really
Hmm.
great to hear that, because students actually have got options, right?
Yes.
Definitely. We have one more question here so far, but
Hmm.
this question, it's a little bit unclear, but I think it's asking about whether the classes are online or physical.
Okay, I think I
Yeah.
just take a guess. I think maybe it could be a hybrid. Okay, what he means is a hybrid. So this is a fully
Mm,
online programs. All right. So students no need to you won't required to attend physical class at our campus. All right. So if let's say you stay in Germany, you stay in Sabah, Sarawak, or maybe you stay in other part of the world, so you don't need to worry. You can attend the classes as long as you have the valid login ID, and then you attend all the recorded lectures, or you attend all the tutorial with students, then yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Because of for our existing students, for the last semester we have few students, special groups, um, they are Malaysian but they are working in New Zealand. So yeah, since this is an online program, so you are required, you are able to do that. So you don't need to worry. So this is a fully online programs. All right, again, you don't need to attend any physical classes, unless if let's say you want to come to campus. Yes, feel free to come, because of we also provide our e-library for students. We call it KMS, all right, knowledge management system, where you can search, and you can always look for any research, any thesis presentations, everything from our libraries, and also our external libraries for your research paper reference and everything. So each students who sign up for these programs, also you have the access for our KMS, or knowledge management system.
all right, great. There's another question also
Hmm.
by Mr. Shafiq. Can
Hmm.
I get the link because I can't see the slide?
Oh, okay. So,
Mhm.
all right. This is the link for which one is it? For the programs, or is it for this one? So
I
maybe
think it's for the
admin
registration, maybe.
can, yeah, admin, maybe you can share the link for our MBA programs, and
Mm.
then maybe admin you can share as well on the applications. All right, so if let's say you need more inquiries, just go to the websites that have been given below, which is you just type MBA global www.unirazak.edu.my. All right, so you just fill up your names, and then our education counselor will contact you, and they will explain you about the programs, and they will provide you all the necessary details about the fees breakdowns, documents are required to submit for these particular programs.
All right, great. So there's actually, I think the person who asked the question about the hybrid classes also asked another question,
Hmm.
whether the classes conducted, whether it is asynchronous or synchronous program.
Oh, okay. Basically for these programs, because of its recorded programs, all right. So students, if let's say like I mentioned just now, if let's say you are working in overseas, and then the time zone is different, so yes, we provide the recorded lectures for students. Okay, so you don't need to worry about this, so as long as you meet the requirements, and then you attend the what we call it, the classes tutorials. Okay, and then maybe once in a while, maybe they have the live lectures for students. Okay, and then and at the same time, what we call it, because of, like I mentioned, every students to complete for each module, you are required to complete 36 hours of the learning time, teaching and learning, including tutorials, activities, and everything. So since this progress is fully online, so we have the record your activities inside the systems. So once you complete the 36 hours of the programs, then yes.
Yes. Right. I think also maybe I might add also in
Mhm.
Uniraza, our teaching is definitely a combination of both the synchronous and asynchronous because we do have classes that are scheduled and
Yes.
attendance are, we really hope that students attend those live session because we have a lot of activities where we do it together. So that's the synchronous part where the sessions are timed,
Mhm.
real time. It's all scheduled, but like what Mr. Ashraf said earlier, it is all in Malaysian time. So don't worry about it. You don't have to borrow the European time.
Yep.
And for the asynchronous perspective, like what Mr. Ashraf also said, that we have activities and independent learning where you do your own, let's say, study, your own study of reading the
Yep.
materials and participating in the discussion. And the discussion, like in the UROX, is a great platform where you can actually do lots of discussions with your classmates or with your lecturers. So do not worry, Mr. or Miss JC Tai. The UROX platform is a great learning platform, whether it's a asynchronous or it's a synchronous learning program.
Yes. So all the lectures, lecture notes, teaching materials will be provided to all students inside the systems. All right. So even though maybe the classes already time already sets to you for this particular days or time, but you don't need to worry, you can always download it anytime you want. So usually what we will do, we will upload the materials a week or 2 weeks before the class, so you can always review, or you can always start reading it, and during the class you can always ask the lecturers, okay, I've been going through, I've been through the materials, lecture notes, and everything, which is I understand on this side, but on this part, but then I don't understand on the other side of the content. So maybe you can start, you can discuss with your lecturers. So the discussions, it could be on on videos, or it could be on um, written discussions, which is we will, it's like a chat discussions. So it's very flexible for all students. But then usually for students, we will require for a chat one lah, because of sometimes the time difference. So maybe you can just leave the notes to the lecturers, and then whenever it's convenient for them to reply you back, then they will answer you quickly within, because of the ASCP lecturers, they promise to give the feedback to students within 24 hours.
Yeah. Right.
Mm.
And also, I think, supporting to that statement, like Urox is such a wonderful platform because not only you
Mhm.
have to go through it using your laptop, you can also use your mobile phone, like what
Yes.
Ashraf mentioned earlier. So even students, as like what you said, who are working students, your time might be limited, but opening it on your mobile phone, it actually takes up very little time, and
Hmm.
it looks a little bit different from the original um, platform on the laptop, but it works just as well.
Hmm.
Right, we have
Exactly.
another question. Yeah, right. We have another question here by Muhammad Yassin. So far, how many students have graduated from ESCP UR program, Universal program?
Oh, okay. At the moment, no, because of this is a new program, Muhammad Yassin. So we just launched these programs a few months ago. So if let's say you sign up for these programs, you will be the first batch. Will to enroll for these programs. This is new collaborations between ESCP and Raza, and we are so lucky to collaborate with ESCP because of in European countries, ESCP is well known for their programs, their experts, and also their lecturers. In terms of awards that we receive, I think I already share with everyone just now the awards that been received by ESCP, and then how it started, let me share the story. During the pandemics, we realized that this is a good opportunity for us to explore to Europe countries, whereas some students, they want to feel a different environments instead of the local lecturers. I don't say that the local lecturers is not good, but sometimes some of us, we feel that we want to have another types of environments, somebody from different language, different types of mentality, different types of environments, sharing their knowledge to us. So we've been hearing it the same concepts like in Malaysia. Okay, the Asian countries, how we develop our countries, how we recover from the pandemics and everything. But then it's really unique to hear different opinions on how the European countries overcome these pandemics issues, the economic growth and everything. So that's why we plan to tie up and do a collaboration with ESCP. And yes, ESCP did special review with Uniraza, and they found out that our programs is really good. So yes, they agreed to collaborate with us, and then on top of that, um, they also sharing with students where they will provide another three certifications for students. So yes, I think this is a good opportunity. In fact, me myself also, I want to I want to enroll for this program because of maybe you don't have chance previously you do to studies abroad and everything, but then I think since the pandemics, it's a good time, it's a new experience, so you don't well, I think it's a bless lah. For me, COVID is the bless. It's like a restart button, whereas everyone start accepting these online programs, and I think it's more convenient and more flexible because of everything is provided to you as long as you just focus, and then you attend all the classes. If let's say you have any problems, you can just, because of the technologies is everything now, just with just one click you can do your activities, you can talk to the lecturers and everything. So that's how we come up with the plan to collaborate with SCP, and then we want to give new experience to students.
That's great. I'm so excited to hear that, Ashraf, you will be starting your MBA program. But it's true, I think like our lectures are great, but also it's amazing if we have experiences from another country, from a different business environment. Oh, okay, we have a
Mhm.
question. All right. Also by JC Tai, thank you so much for participating. JC asked, how will the exams be conducted?
Okay, so how the exams will be conducted? 100% online. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to mention. Thanks, Jesse, to remind me. Okay, for the assessments, for the ESCP programs, the assessments is 50% coursework and 50% final exams. All right. So the final exam will be conducted through online. All right. So how it works is that we have our what we call it systems where for these online examinations, maybe some students, oh, you know what, are you sure online examinations is okay or not, so people can do, people can tiru, people can do always log in and do google it on your phones. No, because of it's new era, new technology, so we have our AI systems. All right, so we in Unirazak we are using prospectors. All right. So this system basically during your final exam, it will detect your body movements. Okay. So during the final exams, you need to focus your. So this system, it will detect if, let's say, you try to cheat, or you try to talk to somebody surrounding you, so the system can detect and it will give you the warning. So if, let's say, you are doing your exams now, and then somebody's passing by, and then, or maybe you try to talk, so the system will detect your mouth movement, your eyes, okay, and also your body movement. So if, let's say, they can detect a major movement during your exam, during your online exams, and then it will send you a warning. So if, let's say, you repeat the same thing again and again, then automatically, you, you you will consider as fail for the exams. So yes, the exam will be conducted online, and then usually the exam will be during weekends. So you don't need to worry. You need to worry that you need to take special leave for the exams. So yeah, the exam will be on weekends, fully online.
Mm. Yeah, like I like what you said about technology, how it has totally changed the way education,
Yeah.
function and work. So yes, examination. Even though you think that you are far away from everyone, but we do have the prospectus, and also it's like your browser will actually be on a lockdown, and you can't actually open anything else. So we have been using it for quite a few semesters already, and I think
Mhm.
our students, it works really well for our students. As long as your system is compatible, and before the exam, of course, the lecturers will actually go through with you, making sure that everything works fine. Don't worry, it's not like it's going to be something complicated. It actually is very quite simple to use.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So far, we see that we have no more question, and the time now is almost 10 p.m. Malaysian time. Those of you, oh, there's a few more questions. Last one. All right. So this one is related to Malaysian environment. Yeah. Sorry, those of you who are not from Malaysia, but this is about the PTPTN. Is it available?
Oh, okay. So sorry. No, because of for a private university, PTPTN will only cover for undergraduate programs, which is for diploma and degree. So no, at the moment, if, let's say, for these MBA programs, usually we will suggest students, to take. Actually, we have another one. If, let's say, you are okay with education loans, we also provide Maybank education loans. So yes, any students can apply for that.
Hmm. Yep. All right. So I'm sure that you can definitely contact anyone here at Uniraza, and they can actually let you know
Mhm.
more about the options that's available to you. Like what Mr. Ashraf has described earlier, also, we also encourage withdrawal of your second account in your EPF for working adults, and also for Baby Putra, we have the MARA convertible loan, right? Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm not sure. Let's just give it a one more, like 30 seconds, whether there's any more question. Any more question? So that's quite a nice session today, right? Mr. Ashraf, we never
Yes.
expected at 9, at 9-ish, 10 p.m. that people are so active.
But I'm sure maybe after this, if, let's say, you have any other questions suddenly pop up in your mind, tomorrow or the day after, so no need to worry. You can always drop an email to drjo@uniraza.edu.my, or you can always call us directly. don't worry, we will answer your call during weekend as well. All right, so we are giving you the our general numbers. Okay, so please call us if you want to know more about the programs, or you can WhatsApp to us if you don't want to call. Feel free to drop by any text, any messages. All right, so please drop us an email, any questions, then we will answer you back. Within a day.
Yeah. Right. So everyone, we have come to the end of our webinar session. Those of you who stayed with us from the very beginning till now, it was almost an hour, and also those of you who participated and asked so many questions, thank you so much for making the session so fruitful. I think that even those of you who did not ask question, maybe because you're thinking, you're contemplating, I think that those questions and whatever Mr. Ashraf really shared really was helpful. Yeah, we have one person who says, the best uni for MBA program. Thank you, Nana. That's so nice of
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Nana. Nana, people like you are those who really make all of us feel so happy to be here to work at this time of the night, right? Um,
Yep.
we hope to see all of you in campus live one day, of course, even though this is an online program. But you know what? The campus is always open. Um, we have a great
Yes.
library. We have a great student lounge for you to experience. And thank you again for spending your evening with us. Thank you to Mr. Ashraf for sharing. And please
Thanks,
feel
Sarah.
free to contact us. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. Good night,
All
everyone.
right. Good night. Thanks, everyone. So happy weekends. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.